What's going on, guys? It is your boy Angrysagamer, and I'm sorry for uploading so weirdly. Then I upload, then I do not, then I do, and then I do not, so on and so forth. It's just been a busy time for me. And also, we've been celebrating the Rugby World Cup for the Springboks, who won England by 1 point, though. And we are now going to the finals. So Saturday at 9 p.m. In South Africa, or 7 a.m. UTC. The kickoff starts for South Africa versus New Zealand to see who's going to be the World Cup winners. I just need to add that if we win, it's the second time in a row that South Africa wins it. Because the World Cup, Rugby World Cup, is every 4 years. So in 2019, South Africa won. And hopefully we can win again. But if not, the All Blacks, really good rugby team, they might win. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about the video today. And this is about everything about Arena. Now, I am not a professional in Arena, okay? No doubt about that. The proof is in the way I play, right? So I'm not a professional, but I can share with you some things that might help you. Because maybe you aren't playing Arena because you feel that you're not good enough. Or you feel that you do not have the heroes that it takes. So I'm just going to show you sort of how to do this, okay? Now, let's start off with the 6 heroes that I use for offensive. So offensive and defensive is going to be different, and I'll show you why. But these are my offensive heroes, the heroes that I use to attack the other players on Arena. So we have Seradica. That's the build for Seradica. I'm not going to go into the traits and so on. I think that's different for everybody because it depends on how you use your heroes. But here's just the general build and the heroes of what I use. So Seradica, Lumina, then we have Rose Spectre, Shadow Baron, Malefica, Celestica, and Seradica. Okay. Those are the 6 I use for offensive. Defensive is going to be different. I will remove Lumina and I will put in Mystrix. So then I will use all the same heroes. The only difference is I will have Mystrix on my defense. But we're going to talk about offensive right now. So I'm going to put Lumina back. Now, with offensive, so I'm going to talk to you about hero priority as well. And how that works and how you need to set that. So my buddy Brims showed me the way. And so I'm going to show you the way from what I know. So I also understand that other people who are absolute professionals, like the best of the best, you're always in number 1. You never in rank 50 or higher. You're always in the top 10, always number 1. I know you're the best, okay? And I can't tell you anything about Arena, okay? You're a big boy. Sit down. Hang on. I'm talking to people who doesn't know Arena, okay? And I myself, I'm not a professional. Like I said, I stated that in the beginning. Okay? If you want to come here to lose, if you want to know how to lose, watch this video. Basically is what you're thinking. I'm just saying I'm going to show the way to some of the people who don't know. So with hero priority, the way that works is, I hope you took note of the pets that's also on the heroes, right? Because that's important. But hero priority, the way that works is, this is day 1. Day 1. 189. The way that works is if you go to challenge someone, you can refresh to see if you can find a higher a higher number or a lower number. Actually, the lower the number, the better. So 149, I'm going to challenge this guy, but this is going to have to happen quick. Okay, priority is the heroes that you want to have to be hit by the skill of the opponent first. So I want my Shadow Baron to be hit first, then my Celestica, then my Rose, then Lumina, then Malefica, and then Seradica. That is how I want my hero priority to work out. So Prio 1 is going to be hit first, Prio 6 is going to be hit last by the skill of those heroes. Okay, so we're going to hit start. There's nobody on that side. Lucky me. So the way hero priority works, only for offensive, not for defensive. Defensive is different to offensive, right? So for offensive, You want to set the heroes prior one. If you have the strongest hero on your team, let's say it's gonna be Dynamica, just an example, and you want Dynamica to be the one to take the brunt of that hit from the enemy team, you're gonna place him down first, which in my case is Shadow Baron. 110. That's pretty good. 112. 112. Let's see if we can get anything better. 112. It keeps hitting 112, 115, 111. Don't know if I can beat Freeze. I have beaten him before, but I think he gained some keepsake or something like that. Freeze 420 BSA, because his defense has really stepped up lately, but I don't know about now. So let's reset that. You don't have to reset. Now, there is also a thing where people say that you have to reset for every battle. I don't think that's the case. Honestly, I do not think that's the case, but other people will argue and say it is. I don't think so. So I'm just going to reset my priors. Sometimes when I battle someone and I lose, I'll go back into that fight and... Do I have sound? Yeah, I do. I'll go back onto that fight. I'll reset my priors, just place my priors again, and then I'm golden. Then I win that fight. Sometimes that doesn't always work out that way, you know. So it really depends. It is a hit or miss. Sometimes the other team is just stronger than your team. That's it. There's nothing you can do about that. So don't know what's going to happen here. I might win, I might lose. That Malefica is back. That Malefica has the power to take down my entire team. Like he's doing right now. Luckily they do come back. Is he back? He is back. He does have the power to take them out, but my team has the power to take him out as well, or at least break the crystal before that happens. But anyway, okay, this time I beat him. I'm not always this lucky, but for the video I am. So this is just offensive. So with offensive, your priors work. You want to place the heroes that's going to be less affected by the other team's skill first. The heroes that can take the most damage before dying first, because how it works is the hero skill hits the prior hero. So the skill prioritizes the hero that is prior 1, basically. So whenever they're going to have a skill activation, it's going to hit your prior 1 hero. So you want that prior 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. You want to take them from your heroes that can take the most hit to the least amount of hit. Okay, so that's prio for offensive. Now, prio for defensive is a lot different than offensive. Because in offensive, you can constantly set your prio as you attack. You can change your priors around easily, comfortably. You just need to go in, attack, set your priors the way you want before you attack. For defensive, because it is impossible to constantly go and set your priors before you get attacked, because you never know when you will be attacked, your priors need to be set differently. And the way it's set is according to the game. The game sets the priors according to how the heroes were opened. A hero that is opened last in your account will be prio 6. So well, not last. Okay, not on your account. So in the team. So if you have your entire team, like for instance me, I've got my defensive team set up already. So let's form a team, defensive. In this team, priors is set according to how the heroes were opened. And that is the only way. There's no other way to set the priors unless it is opened last. So in my case, over here, Shadow Baron was opened before Celestica. So Shadow Baron, well, in this team he's been opened first in this team. So he gets hard prio 1 in this team. Second, I opened Celestica, so he gets prio 2. Thirdly, I opened Mistrix, I believe, so he gets prio 3. Then Rose Spectre prio 4. Then Malefica prio 5, and then Serratica prio 6. Now, although I opened up Malefica before I opened up Serratica, it's changed. But you can see this is another one. Here's my offensive one that I use for attacks, Breakthrough 40. The one I use for defensive is Breakthrough 38, because I opened him last to ensure that he's going to be prio 6. He's hit last. Okay, so that's how you do it. Now, how do you figure out what are the pros of the heroes? Well, in order to do that is a trick taught to me by Brims. Brims taught me this trick. So in order to do that is go to the pets. I'm going to use Malefica because I know for a fact Malefica is prio 5. I'm going to use Malefica. I'm going to place Mini Ange on Malefica. Now, it doesn't state this in Malefica or in Mini Ange's skill. So the skill reads, reduces damage taken by allied hero with the lowest HP by 70% for 3 seconds. Also recovers its HP by 800% pet attack, cooldown 6 seconds. Nothing about a shield on this. But if I go into Lost Realm, and this is where you want to do it because it's the easiest and fastest way to do so. If you go into Lost Realm and you hit form a team, I'm going to place Malefica down. And I'm going to place my Breakthrough 40 Seradica down. Just these two. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go and do an attack. And you will see that Seradica, the Breakthrough 41, gets the shield. Because he is prio 1. Out of all these heroes, he's been opened first. Okay. Now I'm going to take off Seradica. And I'm going to put on the Breakthrough 38 Seradica. Now you will see Malefica gets the shield. Now, if you don't know what the shield is, it's that yellow dome that consumes the hero, which you will see on Malefica right there. Now, it's not Seradica anymore. So that's how you figure that out. So for me, what I do is, I know for fact, for me, I know Seradica's prio 6. So let's leave him out of this. So I know that I want to figure out prio 1. So let's remove that. We have 1 to 5, because you can only have 5 heroes on here. So we're going to go with Shadow Baron, because I know he's prio 1. We're going to place Mistrix, which is also in the defensive team, not the offensive team. And we're going to place Celestica right in the middle. Now, it's a lot of heroes, but I know what to look for. I know what to see. So it's going to be easier for me. You might want to pipe that down. So I see Shadow Baron up in the corner, gets the shield. So I know out of these 5 heroes, he's prio 1. And I know Celestica is prio 6 because between Seradica and Malefica, Malefica gets the shield, so I know he's last, okay? So now I'm going to go in, I'm going to remove Shadow Baron because I want to find the prio 2. So that's prio 1, so I want to find prio 2. I'm going to go back into an attack, see who gets the shield now. He's going to be prio 2, so it's going to be Celestica. Celestica gets the shield. That's prio 2. So you want to do that until you find all your priors. So now I'm going to go and remove Celestica. So now we have these 3. And I will go and do an attack again. And once we've done this, so we see Rose Spectre is prio 3 out of these ones. So that's good. Prio 3. So we will remove Rose Spectre. Now we're going to find that prio. I'll put Seradica back. We want to find that prio 4 now. So we'll go and attack this boss over here. So we see that Mistrix gets it. So he's prio 4 out of all these heroes, which I knew, but now all of us know. And now I'll remove Mistrix, and now we'll see prio 5 out of all out of these 2 will be prio 5. Attack, and I'll show you how you can set the priors then. So we know it's prio 5 and then prio 6. Okay, so we're happy with that. Just remember to put your pet back onto your hero, because that can prove difficult. Okay, so now we have that. Now, in order to find, now we know how to find the priors. Now to set the priors. So remember what I said. The hero opened last will be prio 6 in that team. The hero opened first will be prio 1. Now, if you find yourself with some space in your altar and you want to figure that out and you want to sort that out and do all of that, make sure your altar is full. If your altar is not full, it won't set the hero that you open now. It won't set its hero prio backwards. So let's say you want to start from scratch. You have a full altar. What you want to do is consume one. Okay, now, but this is the thing. Now you want to figure out, okay, I've got 6 heroes for my defensive, and I want to set their priors. I have Malefica as a spare. I've got spare Maleficas, Celestica, Seradica. I have a spare Shadow Baron. I have, or let's say dupes. I have a dupe Mystrix, Shadow Baron, and Rose Spectre. I have those 6 dupes, and I can make them break through, and I can do all of that. You want to make sure about that. And you want to start from scratch. So let's say you want Shadow Baron to be your Prio 1. Consume a hero and open up Shadow Baron. Now he's going to be Prio 6, unfortunately, because he's the first one open. But then open Celestica, then open Rose Spectre, then Mystrix, then Malefica, and then Serratica to set those Prios. So mine is set probably not perfect, right? Probably not perfect. I don't know. But here is my Prio set. He is Prio 1 in my team. He's currently the weakest one, but he's also the strongest one. He can take the most hits and survive. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. Then we have Celestica as Prio 2. Then we have Rose Spectre as Prio 3. Prio 4 is going to be Mystrix, which is in this case Lumina, but Mystrix Prio 4. Prio 5 is Malefica. And Prio 6 is Serratica. That is how my Prios work currently. Now, for setting your Prios, here is how you're going to do that. You want to set up your heroes to be fully stocked out. So in my case, what I now need to do is I need to go and remove the gear from Lumina, unequipped all, and I need to place that on Mystrix because Mystrix is now gonna go be set for defensive equipped. Now I also need to tell you guys that once you've set a defense and you go and change those builds around, the builds don't change for the defensive heroes. It stays that way. Now also keep in mind that once you've set your defenses and afterwards you go and make those heroes stronger, you need to set the defense again, otherwise it won't take effect at all. They will stay the same. Once they set in defense, their Prios is hard set that way. No matter how you change, it's not going to change anything unless you physically take them out of defense and put them back in, right? So we have him set up. This is the way I want him. He's good. And now we need to go and set up our Serratica, our other Serratica. So I'm going to unequip all of this. And I'm going to go to my Breakthrough 38 Serratica. I'm going to give him Spooky. And I'm going to give him my Breakthrough 40s stuff, okay? So now we look. We have Malefica. He's set up. He's good to go. We have Celestica set up and good to go. We have Serratica set up and good to go. We have Rose Spectre, good to go. Mystrix, perfect. And we have Shadow Baron, Shanana. Also, just note that if you set Lumina, Rambart, Trentar on offensive, they do not revive the heroes that die. That doesn't happen offensively. So just make sure you have all of that. Also, another thing that I'm going to talk about in this video, so it might be a long one, is the assist heroes and how I did mine to easily keep track of what's happening. Okay, now we're going to go and set defensive. Once this defensive is set, it is set. You can't change it. So defensive, I already have the heroes that I want set. So I'm going to hit place heroes. I'm going to hit reset. So I know Shadow Baron is Prio 1, so I'm going to hit Prio 1. You have to do it in order of their Prio. Celestica is Prio 2. Mystrix is Prio 3. No, Rose Spectre is Prio 3. Place it down here. I'm placing Mystrix Prio 4 next to Celestica because that's the way I run it. On defensive, on offensive, but in place of Mystrix, I use Lumina. Down here, Malefica and Rose Spectre work together. And up there, Serratica and Shadow Baron works together. Save, done. Those are set. I can go out and I can now even go and remove from them their gear, their pets, everything unequipped and place it back where it was. It will stay on them. It won't change unless I take them out and place them back in without setting the gear and pets on them again. Because if I do that, they won't have anything that goes for them. Okay, so unequipped all, Go back to my Lumina because we need to do attacks. I need to work on this gear. But for now, it's not set. And I don't have gems. Nothing. So I can't afford that. Okay, so they are set. Everything is good to go. I can just go in, do my attacks, be happy, do everything I want to do. I'm 111. This is where I'm staying for now. This will change eventually. 12 minutes, then I can attack again, but I don't need to. I'll do my attacks tomorrow. Or later today. I don't know. Okay, now let's talk about the heroes that you place inside of them. Okay? So your assist heroes. So the way I did it, and this I found while I was figuring out the best way to do it, this I found was the best way. So you can see these are the only assist heroes I currently have. And they are set up according to where they need to be. So what I did was, you need to figure out, because different assist heroes have different attributes, right? I did a video on this, the ultimate hero assist guide. Just check it out on YouTube, a couple of videos back. I'm not going to go in too much detail, but that is the heroes you want and how you want to build them. These are all the heroes, right? So what I then did was I took the first one. Once I had them all opened and I built them all according to how they need to be, I then placed them in where they need to be. Then I work with them that way. I started with Ronan, get him up to breakthrough 35, work on his gear, move on to the next one. Oh, you can't go sideways on the... Work on the next one, then the next one. And I kept opening up scrolls until I could afford, or until I could place the gear on all of these heroes. And now all my heroes have full sets of gear on them. They just need to be leveled up. Everything is activated. But I made sure to take all the assist heroes off of every single hero, so that when I go into my assist feature over here, so if I go out of it, you'll have all of your heroes. But once I hit that assist feature here, it only has the heroes that is currently running in my defensive and offensive team on Arena. And you can do this for all of your heroes. Every single hero. It's just going to take time, right? Now, the thing that I ran out of is capstone rubies. I can't find any more capstone rubies. It is impossible. I don't know where to get more. I tried everything. You can't purchase them. They're way too expensive. What I mean by that is by not the guild shop, but the buy items. So over here you can only buy 100 at 200,000 for 100 capstone rubies. 200,000, that's ridiculous. With Vic marks you can go 50 or 500, but against 80 Vic marks, so I can buy 68 technically. I've got 338 because I want to get all my assist heroes up to breakthrough 35, but it's difficult. But so that's the way I worked it, right? I get everything set and then I start building it up. And now I need to get all my other heroes up to breakthrough 40, but it's expensive. So I need to first get these two up to breakthrough breakthrough 38. But as you can see, I'm out of everything. I've got no resources. But that's the way I did it, and that's the ultimate way. And then you can just, once you've got all of those things in place, the builds, the heroes, the gear, the defensive, offensive, and you can start attacking. And then you, it's not to say that you will do good, but as you grow your account, you will get better. It just takes time. Nothing happens overnight, unless you have a lot of money. But other than that, just take your sweet ass time, and you will get there. My first ever arena reset, I ended in rank 47th. How about that? Rank 47, my first ever arena reset. And you see the state of my heroes. They're not even fully maxed out. My assist heroes isn't fully geared up. The gear isn't perfect. I've got purple gear running. I don't have full or fully maxed out sets of accessory gear. Nothing like that. I ended in rank 47 because I played strategically. Right before reset, I used 15 of my attacks because you get 5 free challenges and then plus 10 that you can use, and then every 1 hour and 50 minutes you get another attack. I had 15 attacks that I could use. I used all of those 15 attacks right before reset, strategically hit them all, and I ended in rank 47. Reset today, I ended in rank 87, 187, but that's from the night before. I got up to rank, I think 108, and left it. And I only went down to 187. And there was a lot of people that attacked me that couldn't make it, that failed. But I forgot to do my 15 attacks. I had 15 attacks to do before reset, but I forgot because it's super early. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. I have to wake up and do that because reset is 6:50. Arena reset starts, right? 6:50, 10 minutes before reset, arena stops. So I have to wake up at 6 and I have 50 minutes to do all my arena attacks strategically. But I just didn't have the time. I couldn't do it. I forgot about it. So I ended up in rank 187, which I think is phenomenal, honestly, against all the other big boys out there. So yeah, that is your arena video. I hope this helps you. If you feel that this brings you informative information or informative guide, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe about it. Or comment about it, whatever, whichever one. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And goodbye.